The screen flickers to life in the dead of the night. A digital post catching the broadcast light. Broadcasting raw from the heart of the street, where the truth and the tempo finally meet. The chat is moving fast like a freight train line, tracing the flow of a culture's design. We're dissecting the rhymes and the heavy news, paying our respects and paying our dues. We dive into the headlines and the static air, breaking down the beef and the crowns that wear. Current events spinning like a final plate, deciding who is legend and who's up for fate. From the underground basements to the Tatum peaks, listening close when the concrete speaks. No filtered stories or a corporate lens, just the honest word where the circle begins. Tune into the signal and lock the frame. Classic live is the only name. Hit the like and spread the sound. Pass the subscription all around. Witness of power and the heavyweight. Before the minutes turn into fade. It's never a masterpiece or a timeless hit, unless the classic stamp is fixed to it. Whoa. Notification rings for the global squad, 100,000 voices giving the nod. We're talking hip-hop history in the making, watching every pillar that the world is shaking. Jittling like a Sicko Code, carry the flame down the open road. Building the house out of speakers and wires, fueling the document, creative fires. Don't just sit on the sideline grass, watch the future as the hours pass. The host is talking and the mic is hot, giving you everything that we got. The scene is changing with every breath, but we keep the legacy safe from death. Keep the engagement climbing the wall, answering the spirit of the urban call. Tune into the signal like the fame. Classic live is the only name. Hit the like and spread the sound. Pass the subscription all around. Witness the power and the heavyweight. Before the minutes turn to fade. It's never a masterpiece or a timeless hit, unless the elastic stamp is fixed to it. Tune into the signal like the frame. Classic live is the only name. Hit the like and spread the sound. Pass the subscription all around. Witness the power and the heavyweight. Before the minutes turn into fade. It's never a masterpiece or a timeless hit, unless the plastic stamp is fixed to it.
Yes, sir. What's the word? Now check it out. It's your boy Klasic from Klasic Live. I got the homie OG Corn Dog in the building, man. Before we get started, I'm gonna need y'all to do two things. Make sure y'all hit that like. Make sure that y'all subscribe. You know what I'm saying? If y'all on a different platform, make sure y'all do the same thing. Retweet, heart, whatever you got to do to make sure you get us in the algorithm. And man, this last week has been kind of a doozy, man. We have Oliver Tree passing away in a helicopter crash. We have Tay Keith passing away. People don't really know the reason behind it, but they're saying it's been very suspicious. Man, if y'all don't know who Oliver Tree is, he's a 32-year-old producer, songwriter, singer, personality, a little bit of everything. And then he passed away in Rio de Janeiro in a helicopter crash. People have been saying that it's very suspicious during the time of it happening because he just got out of his record deal. And a lot of people are speculating that there's some foul play going on with that. Now, Tay Keith, he's a music producer. He's 29 years old, coming from the Memphis area. He done records for like Drake, Sexyy Red, Sicko Mode, Travis Scott. Just basically, he's been putting on. Like him and Metro Boomin are like one of the two producers that really been keeping a lot of stuff popping right now. So people... This just happened today, so people really don't know, but people are kind of speculating the fact that he passed on the same date as another rapper that passed away a couple years ago. So we're looking at it like kind of funny and everything. So we're gonna have to deep dive into both of these videos. Now I don't want to speculate and say these elites and higher ups have something to do with it, but I do know that this is very suspicious, and the manner of all this happening, it's very ironic and everything, man. So the thing is that we're gonna watch two videos, one about Oliver North passing away in the helicopter crash, and then we're gonna watch the other video.
Oliver Tree, not Oliver North.
I'm tripping. Hey, Oliver North, yeah, that's like totally different.
Whole different story.
Yeah, but for sure, Oliver Tree passing away, and then Tay Keith. Both, I'm not gonna lie, in their own right, in their own lane, they both was influential to what they had going on and everything. A lot of people haven't heard of. To be honest with you, a lot of people haven't heard of both of them. There's so many different celebrities nowadays of the social media era to where a lot of people kind of go under the radar. They be some millionaires, but a lot of people don't know anything about them. Before we go into these videos, Corny, like you hear anything about Oliver Tree or Tay Keith?
Man, I don't know who neither one of them are. Oliver Tree, I heard the day when he passed, they spoke of him, and when I seen the picture of the guy, I'm like, who's this guy? You know what I'm saying? I see the funny haircut and all that, and I'm thinking like some type of live streamer or something, you know what I mean? And somebody I'm not up on game like that. I guess I'm too old for that, you know what I mean? But what it do, I ain't gonna say sound suspicious, but you got helicopters colliding, and that's like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, like that don't sound right. Like, really? Like, I'm sure the other guy who was in the other helicopter is like, hey, trying to turn away, not even trying to be close to another helicopter. You know what I mean? That's real. I really didn't even look at the footage on I think I seen something to where like I seen two helicopters crash, and I think that might have been it. I'm not sure. Was he taking off from like fans or something like that? When fans were around?
Wait, say that again, bro.
Was the guy Oliver Tree, was it when he was taking off in the helicopter? Were there fans around?
Okay, nah. From what I heard, no, it wasn't fans around. It was just like I guess a regular location where they have multiple different helicopters at, and he was on his way to a venue. So in the process of him getting to that venue, that's when the helicopters collided.
Yeah, it's a tragedy right there, man. Yeah, like I said, I'm not up on the guy. I wanted to tap in and see what his music is like, because they said he was an artist and all that, and probably gonna be something that I don't like, but since this guy is popular and everything, I like to, tap in and see what's going on. The other guy, Tay Keith, I really don't know nothing about him. You had mentioned that he did some production work or something like that for like Sexyy Red or some other artists too. Yeah. And man, at the age of 29. So like, what happened to him?
Now people are kind of speculating that let's just be honest with you. Nowadays, and this is allegedly, either you're going to have health problems, because you're not too young to, have some type of ailment going on, or, fentanyl, and it don't have to necessarily be, pills or anything. I heard people was putting fentanyl in weed, so your stuff could be laced. Like, you really have to be careful with the stuff that you're taking nowadays. And not to say that that's what happened with him, but it's either health related or some type of addiction, habit, or vice related to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, it happened today, so it's going to take a while for the toxicology to come through with its reports and everything. But people are speculating that it's either that or it has some type of foul play. They said there was no foul play suspected and everything, so it's kind of up in the air. But
Hmm.
you know, Michael K. Williams, if people aren't being unalived by some rivals and stuff like that, 9 times out of 10 nowadays, it's kind of rare that people actually have health complications. It's mostly due to some type of vice that they have. And to be honest with you, fentanyl really took out a lot of celebrities within the last couple of years.
Yeah,
Like it's been very prominent.
yeah, it's going to continue too. That's a problem right there.
Man, do you think that there will ever be some type of what will curve the use of fentanyl? And you know, because people use that because you don't have to use that much of it to have a very powerful impact. So what type of law do you think have to be passed to where people will feel like, you know what, it's not worth getting a death penalty for, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not
because
selling it.
that's what it sounds like it's going to wind up being. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not being seriously taken right now, and people are dropping like flies out there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And MacArthur Park look like, I know they're trying to clean it up, and I'm saying, man, I think that's impossible. I don't know I know they're trying to clean up for the Olympics and all that, but I think that's impossible. But the fact that the law, it would have to be some big scary law. You know what I'm saying? To where like if you get caught not only with it or anything that's laced with it, or you have to pertain to someone's death to it and stuff like that, man, that should be a big, big penalty. You know what I'm saying? So it's coming. It's coming. You know what I'm saying? Because it's running rampant right now, and people they're not really taking it serious like that, man. And it's a really serious problem out there, dude. Me, I don't mess with none of that type of hard stuff. I'm California sober. Drinking a little bit, smoke a little bud. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. But anything after that, man, I'm good. I'm cool. I'm scared to take a damn aspirin. You know what I'm saying? I don't like drugs in my system. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Tylenols, muscle relaxers, painkillers. I'm not messing with none of that, man. As soon as I take it, I get paranoid and feel like it's poison in my body. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm just a certain type of person like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, they need some regulation on that right there, bro. They definitely do. Scare people into, not selling it or even taking it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you on it. Like, I think it's been too relaxed on to where we see the MacArthur Parks, we see the Skid Rows. If you're in Philadelphia, you see the Kensington streets and stuff like that,
Right.
to where people literally just
Yeah.
oh, nodding on
Not
the
even
street like
there.
it's just a regular occurrence and stuff. So I do believe, like you said, man, something needs to actually happen about that, man. So I guess we're gonna get into this first video by More Black Balloon. And he talked about the passing of Tay Keith and the similarities. Wait, what the okay, hey,
What's up?
we got a special guest in the building.
Uh-oh.
We got comedian
Oh,
Miss Lips in the
Miss
building.
Lips.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ooh, 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 ooh,
Hi.
ooh.
Yo. How did I run across
Hi.
I ran across you in my algorithm somehow. How did that happen? And then
Really?
you're here tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, well, thank
What
God. How you guys been doing?
I'm
Chilling,
doing pretty
chilling.
good.
Good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got the boy, homie Notch in the building. Thought you was from Iran. That's funny. No, I'm with Ice, bro, for sure. So yeah, what's good, bro? I thought you was gonna have one brown. Nah, man. Hey, man, you need to pull up too, man, one of these days. But yeah, right now we
Huh.
talking about the passing of Tay Keith and the passing of Oliver Tree, and we're about to get into a reaction video and everything. So before we get started, I guess introduce yourself, let people know what you get into. I know you do comedy and everything, and also an artist, so let them know where they can find you on.
Yes. So, yes, my name is comedian Miss Lips. I'm from Chicago.
Okay,
Okay.
shot down.
And I am a comedian, I am an artist, and I'm a writer as well, and in film school. So, future
Okay,
director.
okay,
All right.
And
okay.
I just shot my first special. So, We're praying to get pitched to BT. I've been doing comedy for over 11 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I was started out comedy in Atlanta. A comedian, Skull Bubble, and he was from Chicago, but he lived in Atlanta. Carlos Miller, Corey Holcomb, Mike Epps, he was on no tour with all those guys, and he had me underneath his wing, and he helped me with the process of me coming out as comedian Miss Lips. So um I'm FBA. I'm a black woman.
Yeah.
I'm a natural woman. I'm a, they call a cis woman. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I'm a womb woman. I have a whole womb, fallopian
Oh,
tubes,
okay.
fallopian, the
Yeah.
fallopian
Yeah.
tubes.
Yeah.
I have the uterus.
Yes, you real.
My nipples are real. Everything is real.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah. No tucks, no BBLs, none of that. So,
All right.
yeah, you know,
All natural. That's what's up.
mother of
So
four. Yeah. So I advocate for you guys a lot. A lot of my Black Kings, I advocate for you guys. And I think the subject you're talking about is very precious and deep. Mental health is very big, especially now for Black men, you
Right.
know, because the toxicity of the women is unreal. You know,
Yeah.
the environment for Black men is unreal as well. No respect from the police, your fellow Black men, your coworkers, your boss, neighbors, you know. But animals respect y'all. Y'all don't get, Black men don't get bit by animals, and you know, y'all can go to the zoo and don't get attacked by a wild animal, and you know.
They seem to know, huh? Like, nah, I ain't
Yeah, the
messing with
animals
him
know
right
who we
there.
are.
Oh,
The animals know who we are. Yeah. But yes, I think a lot of this stuff is um secret society stuff. Very demonic. This industry is very demonic. Foul play, I really
mm-hmm.
believe in a lot of that foul
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
I think it happens more to Black artists than white. I know that for sure. Because hey, Errol Smith is still alive and he does every drug in the world.
man, speak on it.
But Whitney Houston gone. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody can't party like Errol Smith. You know what I'm saying? So Ozzy
yeah.
Osbourne,
This,
he made it known what drugs he was using. Ozzy Osbourne used every drug. He died old age. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Facts.
yeah. Yeah, I
But
think he was probably
us,
dibbling dabbling with it all the way to the end. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
With us,
yeah,
we overdose in the bathtub or accident, car accident,
right,
plane
right,
accident,
right.
helicopter accident, you know, lover
Yeah,
quarrels, you know. So we just gotta decipher which is what. We know the real people that know the real people that's not woke, they just like, oh, it's just what it is. But
It's
we
a
know.
coincidence, and that's the thing. I don't want to, get into all the conspiracy theories, but a lot of this stuff, it really do have some type of meaning behind it, and people just try to glaze over it because they don't want to get too deep about that, So it's very ironic that a lot of these, and then Tay Keith passing away at 29 years old, like he didn't even get a chance to
yeah,
get to 30, and like you were saying, all these other celebrities in their 70s, 80s still pushing and doing every drug known to man. So there is
right.
some coincidence why a lot of us young brothers and sisters end up on the wrong end of the stick. So somebody got to talk about it, because if they don't, shit, they're gonna keep letting it happen.
Hey, you don't see Charlie Sheen coughing.
Hey, for real though.
Yeah, yeah. I guess he got people. He probably paying people to test his stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, but
you
even
know,
he said he knows he's out here with the disease. He's At least he's honest about that.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of them. I mean, he said goat milk is a cure for HIV, you know.
Oh,
And Dr.
Mm.
Sebi says it's like a cell, it's a mucus. It's like a you can clear HIV with herbs and meditation. You can astral project your AIDS out of your body, I guess, according to
Mm.
young Pharaoh.
Okay.
You astral
All
project
right.
yourself to be healthier.
I guess, you know what I'm saying? Step out your body for a second and, you know what I'm saying, do some surgery, then jump back in, you know what I mean?
Right, in and out. You know what I'm
For
saying?
real.
Right. So I don't want to hear like, oh, this happened this way. Cause yeah, I don't believe it. I don't believe the hype. And it's not enough people doing the groundwork to even care. You know, they'll care, they'll put the doves in RIP. But we have a serious problem. The black artist is being under attack. Um, and COINTELPRO still exists. It's just social media.
Mhm.
exactly. And a lot of people don't want to talk about that. Hey, on top of the fact, this is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, also. So, like you said, they
Mhm.
really don't, they really don't care about us until they're forced to care about us. You know, so before I get into this video, you know anything about the music producer Tay Keith or the artist Oliver Tree?
Somewhat.
Okay,
Somewhat. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Bet. So let me get into this first video to where we can react to this. Hold
All
up.
right. Yeah, Miss Slips.
What it do?
Yeah, like I said, I ran across you somewhere in my algorithm today.
Hey, hey,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
had clothes on, then
yeah.
I'm a nudist comedian.
Okay.
Lightweight, lightweight,
Okay.
lightweight. You know what I'm
I ain't
saying?
seen that part yet.
Oh yeah.
all right, for
I just
sure.
got
Hey,
saved on Easter, so forgive me. Like brand new. You know.
all right, this is the first video. Tay Keith, super producer, did by More Black. Yeah, by More Black. Let's check it out.
All
Okay.
right, y'all. Now, I hate to be the one to say it, but this is very, very strange. And although it just happened today, um, I wanted to record this because this day marks a day in history as far as hip hop and artists dying. So we're talking about Tay Keith. If you are a fan of hip hop music, you know that producer tag Tay Keith, these niggas up. Tay
Mm.
Keith, super producer, right? Now he has died. Um, I just clicked off the page. Y'all already know what I'm here to tell you. Tay Keith has and I'm honestly tired of seeing this. I'm tired of seeing this story. Like I think it happened the same way with and this is just random because I always think about him. He was they sent a welfare check to um
Oh,
Michael K. Williams when he was found in his
oh,
apartment
okay.
dead that
Mhm.
afternoon in New York. If I'm not mistaken, was Rich Homie Quan's was his a welfare check as well, even though there was people with him the night
It's
before.
another one.
I can't remember,
Another one.
but it's
Mhm.
always a
Yeah.
welfare check.
Yeah.
Now, what I mean by this is a day in history is that today is June 18th, 2026. June
Mhm.
18th. We know someone very, very famous, one of the biggest young artists, probably the biggest, had the biggest impact on kids, teens that I've ever seen, just as far
Mhm.
as this new age back in those days. XXX Tentacion. He
Right.
died today, 8 years ago,
Oh,
2018, June
tragedy.
18th.
Wow.
2018.
Man, that was cold the way they did him.
And also that same day,
Mhm.
y'all, that same day, this artist right here, Jimmy Wapo, who was signed to, I think, the label with Taylor Gang and Wiz Khalifa, he died on this same day, 2018. Him and X died just a few hours apart. If I'm not mistaken, he was sitting in his car and his car got shot up. He died like the same way X died. X just supposedly was getting robbed and he got shot in his car. Jimmy Wapo died the exact same way. If I'm not mistaken, he was sitting in his car, right? For fans of Jimmy Wapo, if y'all remember that, right? Now, they're saying Tay Keith death was not, you know, it wasn't, see if we can get an article. This is fresh. It wasn't a murder or anything like that. Super producer Tay Keith worked with Future, Travis Scott, Beyonce, Drake. He did a lot of work on that collab album, Her Loss, with Drake. He produced that record, Look Alive. Brought, that Memphis sound, Tennessee back on the map. He also has worked with Sexyy Red. Says super producer Tay Keith, whose resume includes collaborations with Future, Travis Scott, Beyonce, was found dead in his Nashville apartment on Thursday afternoon. He was 29 years old. A statement from the Metro Nashville Police Department said that no foul play is suspected in the death of the Grammy-nominated artist. Born Bratavius Chambers, he was found dead in his Martin Street apartment this afternoon by officers performing a welfare check. His death is unclassified pending autopsy results. He also produced the huge record for Travis Scott, Sicko Mode, and a lot of stuff. He produced Pound Town, that Sexyy Red song.
Why Nashville not?
Okay.
So Nashville is known as Music City. Why is it known as Music City? Because it's the home capital for country music and pop. You know, the thing is like you have all of these big pop records and, big country artists blowing up out of Tennessee, right? Nashville, Tennessee. Why can't it be first black hip hop studio in the middle of two? So I was like, all right, it's a big fish, small pond. All these artists coming in town. I ain't just talking about no rap records. I need pop.
And what country? No, once you said that, now I understand it. Now it's not just hip hop.
It's music. Yeah, it's music in general. And I didn't work plays with certain artists out there and rub shoulders with certain artists and got songs touched with certain country and pop artists. But as far as like hip hop, like that's my niche. I'm a black, studio hip hop studio owner in Nashville, Tennessee.
Now, what is the craziest to me, because I don't know if y'all remember, but a lot of these stories, it's always done with welfare checks. Either it's the police themselves or it's someone who knew the person. Like the Michael K. Williams thing I brought up, I don't know why I thought about him. It's been pretty it's been plenty other examples, but Michael K. Williams, someone that knew him did a welfare check on him, and of course they found him to be overdosed. I think with a lethal dose of fentanyl. But some of these stories, I wouldn't have found to be too crazy if he wasn't found dead in Nashville on the same day that XXX and Jimmy Wapo died 8 years ago. Talking about the same day. And he was basically under Warner Music Group, is the label that he was connected to through his own imprint.
Breaking news at 5 o'clock, Grammy-nominated music producer.
Wait, so before we go any further, like you said, the Michael K. Williams, the not Young Joe, but the Rich Homie Quans, recently Lil Papa, that was somebody I really wasn't privy to, but then I heard about him recently, and he passed away with that. So, like I was talking to Corny earlier, what do you think can actually be done about the use of this fentanyl, because it seems like it's an open market to where any and everybody's getting their hands on it. And dealing with that, you definitely have to deal with that in the right dosage. But if you're getting that from the street, they're definitely not, you know, making sure, oh, well, let me put this a certain amount in there. They're doing whatever they want to do with it. And it's causing a lot of problems. So for both of y'all, like, what do you think actually can be done if we're just taking out the whole, you know, sacrifice label into it?
Like I was saying, man, you know, laws are gonna have to be passed. Congress can, you know, all of that is gonna have to take place. You know what I'm saying? It's running rampant. Like I said, these people on the streets are they look like zombies out there, dude. That is a serious problem out there, man. You know, and nobody can just sit there and ignore that. You know what I mean? Because whether you think that it's not going to affect you, it's going to wind up affect you in some kind of way. You know what I mean? We're all Americans here, so we have to look out for each other. And the fact that the people in the cartels, they're mixing this stuff up like that too. You know what I'm saying? Coming from their factories. You know what I'm saying? You know, like they say, a pen dose can take you out. So why would you play with dynamite? Is my whole point with it. You know what I mean? I mean, everybody has their little thing. They has they thing they like to do. But you know, if it's gonna take you out, that's not a risk. I mean, that's not a risk I'm gonna take. And you gotta logically think like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know it's getting dangerous out there for the drug addicts. I mean, drug addicts are running around with testing kits now. You know what I mean? They are. They're out there running around with testing kits to make sure they want to wake up the next day. But how about you just don't do it? You know, that's the whole thing about it right there. Just leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't like it used to be in the 80s and the 70s, where it was pure and clean. You know what I'm saying? They up in here cutting things up with Ajax. You know what I'm saying? What the hell?
Hey, bro, I agree with you on that, but like, just leave it alone. That's the logical thing to do. But you know how, like, it's hard to stop smoking weed. It's hard to stop, you know, cigarettes. So imagine something that's as strong as, you know, fentanyl and all that stuff, bro. You know, it's like, maybe the thing is, I would say they need to have more resources, but if you ever dealt with anybody that's like stuck on that type of stuff, they don't want to get
it's hard. Yeah, it's hard.
It's okay. Yeah. Like, hey,
this is the next Oxycontin. Like, this is the and it's gonna be something stronger than fentanyl. It's gonna keep fucking going because it's actually from the government.
Right.
And it's just copycatting from China and copycatting. They learning this shit. It's just like coke, crack. You know, it's ba. It's gonna keep coming in. People gonna keep selling it because it's an economic. It could change your life overnight. You can make money selling fentanyl, just like you made money selling crack, coke, heroin. You know, all that shit that make you sleepy with Bill Cosby, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, look what Diddy. Look, golly, nothing is safe. Nothing is safe. That's why I walk around with Narcan in my purse. I have gloves. You know, I'm a whole doctor out here. Like, I have to protect myself.
Right.
You know, my baby daddy died of fentanyl poison. His weed man put fentanyl in his weed.
Oh.
See,
I told him, I said, stop, go to the dispensary. Go to the dispensary. Because he was paying more with his weed man that he trusts. And he could have got the same weed without the bullshit at the dispensary. He didn't want to do that. So, you know, he wanted to be hard-headed. So he's thinking somewhere. You know?
Yeah. I hate to hear that. And a couple of things, like one corny, I was telling you, like, yeah, they actually are mixing it with the weed. another thing, like Miss Lips was saying, this had to be some type of government operation or something bigger, because I was about to say a little bit earlier, you mentioned the cartels, but they said allegedly a lot of that stuff is coming from China. So how are you getting the stuff from China? They're coming through the ports. They're not coming in.
I'm playing.
Hey,
no, Sheen clothes smell like fish. So if it now smell like fish, yeah, it's coming there. It's there.
Okay.
But there's facts that somebody said Kim Kardashian brand Skims
I heard about that.
Related. Yeah.
Recently. Did they bust like one of her shipments?
Yeah. So nobody's talking about that because
that got swept under the rug quick. Oh
yeah, for sure. Because nobody want to tell like they're a part-time drug dealer. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even Ghost had a club, you know what I'm saying? Like he didn't want to let people know who he was. But it's a lot of people out there. That's how they stay rich.
Facts.
Yeah. But I think if they start handing out to the drug dealers life sentences for selling the stuff, I think they're gonna stay away from it.
I don't think so. It's become a situation where it's just completely avoidable. Nothing will change. Just like racism. Racism should have been over. It goes from generation to generation to generation to generation to generation to generation. It should have been over with. It should have been over with slavery, with civil rights. Like it should have been over with. But again, we still facing lynching 2026.
True.
Little babies getting shot. Yeah. Black women pets are getting shot.
Yeah.
Like it's a target on our head. I don't think people realize that there is a target on our heads.
It's always been.
And we need to come together.
It's always been. And you're right about that. You got to come together. That's going to take a lot of work. But, whenever we do come together, us being strong as one unit, you know what I'm saying? That's going to be a beautiful thing. And I do see that coming for us in the future because we've been sick and tired. You know what I'm saying? So it's going naturally form together like that. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Mm-hmm. And everybody needs to be on one accord. Like,
right.
If you fuck with that person or that person, we just can't fuck with you. It gotta be plain like that. It can't be no wishy-washy in and out type shit. You gotta be with it. If you ain't with it, you ain't standing up to the code, you can't be with us. You can't join us.
Right. I think we really need to get a real fine understanding of what that code is, because a lot of people, but what about no, fuck all that. It need to be dry and simple what we tolerating and what we not tolerating. Because recently what I've seen going on with the whole boycotting of different Asian businesses because of Cyrus Belton, that situation, and we've seen it a couple of months before with the Jamal Bryant want to boycott Target and stuff like that or whatever. So the funny part about it, I was speaking about this a little bit earlier. Like, yeah, it's cool that we get together and boycott when certain things happen, but we really need to do that basically 24/7.
Why can't we boycott for reparations?
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, honestly, there's a lot of people that have a lot of finances together to where we can have something going on. And like, I agree with the whole reparations talk, but it's been how many years since we haven't got anything and everybody else is getting stuff. So we really need to start from the ground up and really stick together, because we got how many black billionaires, black millionaires, to where, prime example, like Jay Prince, Suge Knight, and somebody else is about to start a record label together. I think it was Irv Gotti. They stopped that. So whenever us get together and really have some sense about the stuff, they try to find a way to intervene, especially when we had the Black Wall Streets. So I think 2026 is a little bit different, but at the same time, if we did it before, we can do it again. And I see a lot of my brothers and sisters winning to where is really no stopping us. The only thing that's stopping us is us. Like some of us divided with the mentality of we can't get further, and then the other people divided with the I'm getting mine, so you're gonna have to get yours mentality, but that's not gonna get other people on. So I agree with you, Miss Lips. We do have to have a code, and the people that's going against that code, we can't really fuck with them. You know, because that's detrimental to our movement and our motion going forward, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, like, look at Kodak Black. He's back in jail. You know.
Yeah.
Is he still in there?
He back.
Oh.
And
yeah.
He got a drug case.
I was about to say, isn't it over drugs and stuff too?
Yeah. But I think it was his own consumption. I think it was under his consumption because he's an addict. He already said he's an addict. Yeah. He's addicted.
Yeah.
He's addicted. And somebody should have, you know, Kanye was trying to go get him and, you know, other people's trying to go get him. But, you know, you can't make nobody stop doing drugs. Me, if it was my son, I would have tied him up. You'll get off drugs if you tied up. How you gonna do drugs tied up?
Hey, that part. I think Kodak, like, he's very talented, but I think he have a lot of yes man around him that's not telling him the right thing.
Enablers. He has a lot of enablers around him.
Right.
And I know he has a mother because he's half Haitian.
Yeah.
So you telling me ain't no magical spells that can help your son get off drugs?
Man, listen.
Ain't no detox voodoo.
Man.
You telling me ain't no dandelion nothing can help this nigga get off of drugs. Man. Super mushroom, nothing. There's nothing that can help this nigga.
And he don't want to. You know what I'm saying?
If you put it in his food, he ain't gonna know.
Hey,
jerk chicken and dandelions, he ain't gonna know. He gonna eat that shit.
That man, he gotta help himself. He know that. Yeah. He the only one that can help is help himself. He gotta do that.
That's true.
He gotta do it for
I'm a different
himself.
type of person. Let my kid be an addict. Yeah,
I understand. I
like it, you know, I like the movie Saw. I push for it. You know what I'm saying? Let Jigsaw. I would vote for Jigsaw if he was running for president. Because he's doing the Lord work some of them times. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They're like, girl, why you got that face mask on? I'm voting for Jig.
Man. That part. All right, shit. Let me get back to this video so we can wrap this first one up real quick.
Tay Keith has died. Right now, Metro Police are investigating how he died. They say the family called police for a welfare check at his apartment this afternoon. He's best known for co-producing for Travis Scott, Drake, Eminem. In December of 2018, he earned his bachelor's degree from MTSU. He was nominated for Best Rap Song.
Hey, Corny Fish and Mike, I hear the feedback, bro.
Yeah, I hear the feedback too.
Oh, yeah.
For his work on Travis Scott's Sicko Mode at the 61st Annual Grammy Awards, Tay Keith was just 29 years old.
Crazy thing is, if I'm like, you know, if I'm someone, I'm the family, I'm the brother or something, I'm not finna call the police to go do a welfare check. Like, obviously, unless I have no family there. Like, he's by himself, which I highly doubt. He's in Nashville, Tennessee, and there's no family around. I mean, if there's a case that the fam is not close, then maybe I get it. But I feel like I'm pulling up myself. You know what I'm saying? I'll kick my family member door down if I got to do all of that to find out what is going on. But I'm not even going, you know, I'm not going to blow the situation too much further than it has to go. It's just the fact that he died the same day as XXX. It's very questionable. Yeah, and Oliver Tree just died last Sunday. I swear, like, the music industry is losing a lot of people. I'll wrap it up, y'all. Just wanted to get on here and talk about it, see what y'all think. Black Balloon, and I'm gonna see y'all soon. All right, I'm out.
Yeah, salute to more Black Balloon. That was a dope breakdown. And
Yeah,
now
yeah.
this is the other video of more Black Balloon, and he's talking about Oliver Tree. It says Oliver Tree knew exactly what was coming. Now, what the hell do we mean by that title? Like, that's kind of crazy.
Hey, hey.
Yeah,
Hey.
I did hear something about this guy faking his own death before.
Yeah,
What,
he
Oliver
did.
Tree?
He was actually infatuated with death. I heard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was infatuated with it.
I mean, did he do that
And
just to like?
XXX was infatuated. It's a lot of artists that's
Oh
infatuated
yeah,
with it.
yeah. X
Yeah,
was
they go in a
very.
dark
He was
place.
dark. Yeah.
Yeah, very
So
dark.
was so this guy Oliver Tree, was his music dark like that?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. He
The
So
the one song that I heard, the Life Goes On and On, it's a sad song. It kind of got an upbeat flow to it, but it could be
yeah.
dark. You could interpret it that way. So yeah, I guess so.
So
Yeah,
what
like
was
Lucid Dreams, like Juice World, rest in peace. He was one of my artists. You know, I'm from Chicago, so you know, when we heard he died, you know, swallowing the shit or trying to get rid of it because they was gonna come and get him. He literally had drug charges on him, and I heard that he put in his mouth and he OD. You know,
man?
so
Man.
yeah, but
What you gonna say, Ronnie?
No, my point on that was like the guy faking his death. I mean, did he do that just for clout or like views or anything? What was the point of doing that?
And of course, like anytime, it's multiple people that do that, and definitely they notice that all of a sudden people start caring, they start getting talked about more. So yeah, that's definitely a clout move. It's kind of sick, like
Yeah.
that's something you definitely wouldn't want to play with, like how people,
Right.
I got cancer, I'm pregnant, I lost the baby. It's a lot of things that people do for attention.
Right.
That's definitely one of those.
very unfortunate.
Yeah. That's weird, man. I'm definitely not, faking if I'm dying and all like that's crazy.
No.
Hell no.
All right,
y'all. Back with another video, man. Y'all already know what's going on. All right. I saved these clips when all of this stuff started going viral about Oliver Tree, right? Now, it was something I had noticed because he dated the artist Melanie Martinez. Now, they dated a couple of years ago. They were not together when Oliver Tree died on Sunday. A lot of posts made it seem like that they were together. But if y'all remember, I did a video one time and I had her in my video, like, well, we did some clips about her because some of this stuff was just insane. I had never seen like this type of, I don't know. She was a weird one. Her whole aesthetic, everything is just weird. This looks like a pig's head right here. It is weird. And I was just like, yeah, this girl, look at this. Look at these in the back. I was just like, this girl, she is a weird one. It made sense that they dated each other. And what people were tying together was the fact that she is actually on tour or about to go on tour. And the tour is called, I think, Hades, the Sacrifice Tour.
Oh,
And so people was like, hold on, Oliver Tree just basically got sacrificed, and his ex-girlfriend is about to go on a tour called the Hades Sacrifice Tour. Here it goes right here. Tickets went on sale
Whoa.
back in April. So either she's
Whoa.
currently
Yeah.
on it or she's about to. Like it says it right here. I can zoom in. Hades, the Sacrifice Tour. And we all know Hades was a Greek god. He was the king of the underworld, the god of the dead. And this is the title of her tour. It's just crazy. So I was like, yeah, I mean, obviously it makes sense for the industry to people who've sold their soul. You know what I'm saying? When I did the video, I think it was further down. It was some of those other like really weird pictures of her.
Wait a minute. Let me interject. Like that's
please.
some weird type of stuff. Now,
yeah.
we're not talking about the whole. Why would you do that type of stuff? Why would somebody name their tour that? Do you believe that they actually do some type of quote unquote sacrificing and all that stuff? Because Miss Liv just mentioned earlier that the industry is very demonic, and this isn't the first time we heard about the term of selling your soul. So do you think that has to do with literally the devil, or are you actually going against your own morals that you know what's right and what's wrong is a form of selling your soul?
I mean, if you the thing about serving two gods, we already know you can't do that. So that's in the Bible. So if they are, because they're called Satanists, okay, they're deep. They're deep, and they've been deep.
Yeah.
We have it's a war between the good and the bad. It is.
Right.
And you can't play in between. Like, if she said that's who she worshiping, that's who she worshiping. If she's telling you what she is. And I think we like, oh, that's crazy. No, it is what it is.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
She's basically showing you everything. Like, she's showing you the altar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's many other artists that show you they altar. They show you who they are. We like, oh, that's cute. No, they're showing you what it is.
Yeah.
But we have to decipher, like, if we gonna fuck with it or not.
True.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've seen a lot of those documentaries, and they were saying one of the ways that those groups kind of get away with stuff is basically called hiding in plain sight. Like you said, they will show us all this stuff, and then people start, well, do they really mean this, or do they mean that? Like, they're showing you exactly what they get down with, and they're being so bold to the point to where it's like, nah, they can't be really into that stuff because they know like the backlash that they should get from it. So a lot of people question it. So yeah, I guess it's kind of self-explanatory. Like, what you think about?
Yeah, you saying like, from the backlash they get from it. See, the thing about it is, when they be playing with these dark forces out there that they don't really know nothing about, or if they do think they know about it, then if they know about it, then they know not to play with that like that. Because it's just like karma, you know what I'm saying? If you keep playing around with those dark forces, they're gonna come get you at night. You know what I mean? Like, don't play like that. You know what I'm saying? Miss Liv says it's a war out there between good and evil. And that's for real. You know what I mean? There's a lot of evil people out there in the world. And, you sitting there, you can't play in between, like she said. You sitting here being an artist, you're putting yourself out there, letting the world know what you're all about, how you get down, and if you with me, come this way. You know what I'm saying? The thing about it is, if you gonna play that game, you can keep playing that game. But I guarantee you, they gonna come back. It's just like karma. You know what I'm saying? Those dark forces gonna latch on to you for life. You know, like a leech or a tick. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to get rid of them, no matter where you go. You know what I mean? So by him playing with those dark forces, who knows? All of that could have came into play in some type of coincidence, and not even knowing that was his day, but that was his day playing with those dark forces. It was like, this is your day. This is your day, and we gonna make it happen.
Your time is up. Just like that movie. What is it? Prince and the Frog. You know, Babadook, or he was like the demons come to collect.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. Your time
Real
is up.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, real shit.
Stop playing with them dark forces. You know what I'm saying? There's only
Thank
one
God for
God.
God's grace. Because I used to do the tarot card shit. Because it was like easy. It used to be easy money to do. Like when I was in Atlanta, I would do tarot card readings. I would use the Clio. Hello,
Okay.
I would do her own shit, because I'm silly. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a tarot card reader.
Right.
But I would like give people they readings off the tarot card. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn from that myself. I had to leave that alone.
Yeah.
Because I made good money off that.
Right.
It's
just like playing with the Ouija board.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Just look at it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Don't mess around. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's certain things we do that we don't know we doing this witchcraft.
True.
Facts. All right, so let's keep it pushing.
She might have took him off her Instagram, but yeah, this is Melanie Martinez, right? The girl that he dated. So this is him talking about her really quick.
I had dated another artist, and when we broke up, her fans came after me, and she had asked them, hey guys, please let Oliver be, we're on good terms. And crazy enough, that just made more people be sending me more and more things, which I have no idea even how that is the response to asking someone to leave you alone. She released an album recently, and her fans speculated that it was about me. She responded in comment sections on TikTok also being like, hey, the album's not about him. And it's been something that's just kind of brought me to a pretty severe place of depression. People don't realize that what they say or do has an impact on people. They think it's not heard or not noticed, but yeah, it fucks people up.
So that was him talking about their relationship and how her fans basically tried to bully him, right? Thinking that, he did her wrong and he was the reason that they broke up. So now let's go into another clip. He also did a very weird, I don't even know what you want to call this, but it was about pizza. I think the last time we've talked about pizza was with Justin Bieber and his little one.
Go with the pizza again.
Yeah, cold pizza.
Had it a couple of times on.
Child.
It has to be coated.
Literally.
I'm not gonna say too much. Y'all already know what I'm talking about. Cheese pizza, pepperoni pizza, sausage pizza. Y'all already know what's going on.
There is a whole lot more to this Oliver Tree situation. Don't come for my neck. We've seen these patterns in the industry. I didn't even want to make this video. If you just listen to what I have to say, I'm sure you'll leave here agreeing with what I'm saying. Because a lot of different things have taken place over the last few months. We'll get to this in a minute. Really quickly, Oliver Tree and a YouTuber, Gatsby, died in a helicopter crash where two helicopters came together, and Oliver Tree was 32. I believe he was turning 33 very soon. But did you know Oliver Tree was a very new independent artist? He's not a new artist, but newly independent. We've seen many artists throughout this whole industry who go independent and things happen afterwards. Not saying it did, definitely not, right? It's just a whole lot crazier. So pay attention to these dates. Oliver Tree quits Atlantic Records, and by April 24th, he's independent. He drops a new album and also a documentary. So April 24th. Now let me show you a skit that Oliver Tree did himself and directed at the end of April while being independent from the industry. By the way, this is completely unrelated and irrelevant from the rest of the video. He did a skit end of April 29th called Mr. That. And in this skit, Oliver was a police officer. And this guy with this mask on, this weirdo right here, was chasing around people like this. And all of the people that this dude were chasing would come to Oliver, the police, and ask for help from this guy. This part is insane. At the end of this video, you see that the guy, the weird guy, goes behind Patrick's rock and he disappears, almost like he got cast into the sea. Unrelated, what's the Bible say in regards to people messing with little ones? Better for them to be cast into the sea with a millstone tied around them. And if you want to go deeper, it'll be on YT. Sorry, I can't go here.
That's crazy. You must watch my videos because I have definitely never heard anyone say little ones. Check this out. I'm not gonna say too much about that, just to not trigger anything. You already get what's going on. I've saw a lot of people be like, oh, he knew way too much. I mean, because you just don't make those kind of skits, you don't make those kind of videos just for no reason. If you don't understand the symbolism and what has actually been going on for a very long time with the little ones. Yeah. Somebody said his ex-girlfriend and him are both signed to Atlantic Records, which we know. Well, yeah, just in case y'all didn't know, the girl we were just talking about, she is also signed to Atlantic Records. We already talked about the clip of the CIA using his music for torture methods. Somebody said his ex-girl Melanie, her page is super demonic and weird. Definitely beyond demonic and weird. We just looked over it. Somebody said, how the F do helicopters crash into each other? They're huge and loud as hell. Exactly. The shit still doesn't make no sense. When you think about it, y'all, like, let's just sit back and think for a second without, jumping to the internet, creating content, giving our thoughts on this kind of stuff. This shit is actually insane. Right in our face. Right in our.
Yeah.
Hey, no.
And let me tell you something. They will execute the messenger too. Like I kept like thinking like the journalist that was gonna expose the Kanika Jenkins, story. They literally told him, hey, they're gonna kill you if you don't be quiet.
Yeah, I remember that. They sound like, hey, bro, I think you need to back up off of that. Like, some people are kind of getting irritated with you poking around, asking all these questions, man.
They literally warned him on live and not on live. Yeah. Because he was going to expose that whole thing. And the mother couldn't talk because she took the money and signed the NDA.
Yeah. That whole situation was very fishy. Like, it's crazy that he mentioned that whole pizza situation also. And if anybody that's in the chat, y'all know about the pizza stuff. I'm not going to get in deep to that also, but yeah, that's crazy. And then they saying the CIA using his music for torture methods. Like,
that's what I was gonna say. Like, like his music must have been terrible then. Like, if that was the case, that was the first thing I thought of, because the last time they did that was what was it, Baby Bop, or one of them old songs they was torturing people with in jail. Oh no, what was it? They was the people that was on the homeless in front of their stores. They played Baby Bop all day, Baby Bum Bop, or whatever it was. Do 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 do.
Oh, Baby
Shark.
Baby Shark. Yeah, that was the last. That was the last thing I was thinking of. Like, yo, they doing that? Oh, somebody was in prison. It was a warden that did that in prison. Yeah.
Look what they did to Tuskegee Airmen.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they was doing some crazy shit.
Yeah, this is the same thing. 2026. It doesn't go away.
Huh. Yeah, man. Yeah. I guess rest in peace to that young man. He was still human, but like I said, playing with those dark forces, you know what I'm saying? And like the guy said, like I said it earlier, like, how does two helicopters collide with each other? Because when you're in a helicopter, you have more control. You know, you're able to hover. You know what I'm saying? You don't fly and try to turn out the way. You can just stop and just hover. You know what I'm saying? Or just hover. I mean, you know what I mean? And for you to do for something like that to happen would be like that was on purpose.
I think the Kobe situation was purpose too.
And if you seen the footage from that whole Oliver Tree situation, it didn't look like it was a gloomy day either. So you should be able to see like something in your peripheral, like, hey, like, is that like another helicopter or a big object? Like, that's
you would.
And the fact that him and his girl was on the same record label, you know, like they was talking about I forgot what record label it was. They're saying that they was putting life insurance on the artists and stuff. So if they, you know, end up passing away, they end up cashing out on them like that also. So it's just a lot of weird stuff going on.
That could be a possibility right there.
Yeah, man.
That could be a possibility. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's try to finish this up real quick. It's almost over.
Our face. They did this right in our face. And we supposed to believe that it was just what it was. They just crashed. Think about it though. Like, we get into the content and stuff and run to the internet, but I don't even think we sit and process what the hell actually happened. He was young. He was young. Like, sometimes I even have to catch myself because, you know, if he's really gone, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
They do it right in front of us, right in front of our face. Insane. Somebody said sometimes people just die. This is truly exhausting and ridiculous. I wish it was that way, man. I wish I was that naive and could pay attention and just see the world as what they tell us. I wish I was that naive. Sometimes what they say, ignorance is bliss. Oh, for sure. For sure. Certain situations, oh yeah. You rather not know a lot of shit. But was I meant to live life that way? No. Were you? No, unfortunately or fortunately, we're not one of those people. We never will be. And that's okay. That means you're built, you're strong enough to be able to handle and take the blindfold off your eyes and see the world for what it is. That's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Check out this next clip.
What's your dream way of dying?
So this sounds...
Wait, so he just asked him, what is your dream way of dying? Number one, I've never heard anyone...
Yeah, that's weird as hell.
Never heard anyone ask a type of question like that. Insane. Someone said, why does he have so many interviews of people asking him about dying? Then someone responded and said, because he's always dying in all of his videos, bro. So this should be like a damn book. Check it out, though.
What's your dream way of dying?
So this sounds fake, but this is actual factual information. So I knew someone, I don't want to say the country because I don't want to get in trouble and I want to be able to go back to that country. But basically I know someone who was working, his family worked against a specific government in Central America. I can't say the specific country, but he was basically a traitor and the government found out and they threw his uncle off of a helicopter into a volcano. I feel like the volcano is just the most classic way to go.
Yeah.
And think about it. How did he die?
Right. But
he fell, or maybe he even jumped. You know, it's like he jumped in a volcano. That sounds epic.
Yeah, it don't sound bad. But the thing is how big is a volcano hole?
It does sound bad.
You never been to a volcano?
No, I've never seen.
Oh my God,
they real?
Of course. Have you ever been to Guatemala?
Is that a black person interviewing him?
It don't sound
funny Marco.
It's called foreshadowing. He made so much music about falling from the sky. You're born with the second sense. Yeah, but at the same time, it's art imitating life, and some people are actually directing that art to imitate life, or vice versa, or whatever you want to call it. I'm confused because it's actually crazy. And what a dream way. That is insane. That is insane. I mean, just talked about someone falling out of a helicopter and dropping into a damn volcano and turning into
Yeah, he
lava,
mentioned the helicopter.
ash, dust. Rule number 1, do not get famous. Literally. Literally. At least don't get famous through a damn,
Cult.
a record label or the industry or I don't even know what to say. Somebody said very odd. Oh, it is beyond odd. Something ain't right about this. He knew something. He knew too much. Nah, this is too specific. Crazy, y'all.
Yeah, I think he knew.
And you
I
know
think he
what?
knew
You
so
know what?
much
Before I
stuff.
wrap it up, you know what's the crazy thing about this? This is one of those cases, stories, deaths, industry deaths, where the entire internet agrees. A lot of times we'll get some stuff where it's just like, oh, y'all turn everything into a conspiracy. This one has so much symbolism, foreshadowing. Himself exposing the industry, all kind of stuff. It's one of them ones where everyone agrees. It don't matter what type of video you drop about it, they're gonna agree. And the people who are around him, who is his actual friends, and they are hurt by it, they are grieving. They know too. They just can't post it publicly. They know the internet. This shit took over the internet. They know. You know what I'm saying? They know. They just actually knew him. So they're gonna grieve who he was. Not the fact that the industry did this shit, but they know. They know these people aren't dumb. It's just like what people think is like, just because they're artists in the industry, you think they don't watch these videos? You think they don't scroll down shit about themselves? Of course.
For sure.
People are, what is it? Vanity? Of course. Watch probably everything about themselves. And if you think a conspiracy pop up about themselves, they're not going to watch it, or about other artists. Bro, they're just like you and just like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure some artists have seen my videos. Of course, they look at this kind of stuff. They regular people. It's crazy, y'all. That was pretty much it. This was stuff that I didn't cover in part 1 or first video that I did. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Get down in the comments, man. Run the likes up for me. Black Balloon.
Yeah, shout out to Black Balloon for the content, man.
Shout out to him.
Video.
Brave. He's a brave man. Because a lot of people ain't talking about that shit.
Right.
Shit. I'm still trying to figure out what the hell happened with David. With the F in his name.
Yeah, they being real quiet right now. He got a court appearance coming up soon.
I mean, a Tesla tells everything. I mean,
yeah. Well, they got damaging evidence on him. I mean, the terabytes of information they have sounds like it's gonna be a long trial.
They say he might be the first person to get the death penalty.
I don't know.
Or the death.
That's in California. There, they took that out. Like, that's no longer in California.
They don't do the death thing, the needle in the chair.
I don't think it's no longer in California, from what I heard.
Oh,
right?
I don't know.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
They say he might be the youngest person. It was something. He beat a record or something.
Yeah, he ain't getting out of that. He's not getting that. The evidence against him looks very damaging, and there's no sense of fighting. He might as well plead guilty.
Or insanity.
California is holding a moratorium on execution. So basically, like, we've done that in the past, but they're basically putting it on hold for, I guess, whatever reason. So,
oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, so they trying to wait for the big guy, huh? Like, oh yeah, this guy deserves it. It might be him. You never know.
Yeah, that'd be ironic that they just remove all that moratorium stuff just for a black singer. Like,
yeah, dude,
it was crazy.
Then we're really gonna know that, man.
Right.
All right, we see now, dude. You ain't trying to hide. You know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to hide it now. So that's very interesting. Like, what if they do that?
Yeah.
They might do that, dude.
And he might just astral project himself out of there. You never know. You know, you can find a Dr. Brian, Dr. Pharaoh, young Pharaoh, you know what I'm saying? It's just Dr. Umar. He might can get out of there.
Man. Hey, he was playing with dark forces too, though, right?
Oh, for sure.
Hey.
If I see a nigga with black nail polish and dangling earrings and a tank top and a bag with fangs, I'm not finna fucking follow him in the club.
That part.
Nigga, do you.
I hear you.
Do you with your skull and skeletons ring on and your Travis Porter or Travis Scott tour shirt on? Like, they tell us who they are.
Right.
It's
the
crazy.
Playboy Cardi, son.
Right, death. You up here looking like Playboy Cardi. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It ain't no crazy coincidence. A lot of these people that talk about death or have a lot of that death thing, it seems like people end up dying around them or they ended up unalived and stuff. So yeah, the power of the tongue, it holds life and death. I really believe in that.
True that.
Yes, indeed.
What you put out is what you get back. So, you know, it's crazy. And now that I think about it, that Oliver Tree, his most popular video, at the end of it, he ended up being unalived and they put him in like some freezer. So I guess you was right, Miss Lips. I guess he did have like some obsession with, you know, death and everything. And now we see what happened. So this is kind of ironic too. Like, I don't know if the ratings has something to do with this, but it's very suspicious.
And you know, not to be pushing no type of conspiracy type thing, but you know, after the videos that we just seen on him, with him with the pizza thing, and with him mentioning a helicopter will be some type of a way to go. You know, his way to go, and he mentioned a helicopter.
Fire.
Yo, that's too many coincidences right there, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's crazy.
Very interesting.
Yeah, interesting. I don't know what to say about that. Like, yo, that's crazy. That is.
Now, they can keep that shit. Keep that shit far the fuck away from me and mine.
Right. Yeah, I don't want no part.
I mean, no.
Not all the money in the world gonna make me do nothing like that. I'm good.
No.
I can make it without it.
It's so many ways people sell their soul, you know, sexually, you know, power dynamic. And honestly, this girl could be a grandchild or a daughter of an executive producer of Atlantic Records. We don't know.
Or some type of witch.
Right. She can be like, she can literally have so much power that she's untouchable.
Where is she from? She from United States?
I don't know.
I had no idea. I never knew about this girl that he was talking to, but she really like she's with the shits, like that satanic.
Yeah, she looks spooky.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of them look spooky.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I pray for Doja Cat. I pray for Doja Cat, but Doja Cat, she didn't win dark. She went in the black.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, she's definitely messing around with it for sure.
Yeah, she
She didn't even have to. She got too much talent.
Right.
She's not talentless.
I guess she called herself. That's how she was answering back to the trolls or something like that. Just to fall into play to, like, come on, man, you ain't got to do that. Like you said, too much talent. You know what I mean? Crazy. I mean, when she came out, I don't know what song it was.
It was
I don't know if she had it. That
was my shit.
And it was another. She did it was another video she did that was outlandish too, like that. And I was like,
the scariest one is bitch, I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead.
That's the one. Yeah, that one right there.
Paint the town red. Yeah, I was looking at that video like
Yeah, that.
Oh no, not my baby.
Yeah, that's crazy right there. When I seen that, I was like, wow, why is she doing this? She playing. Better stop
Mental
playing.
health. But you
Better
gotta
stop playing.
understand, Doja Cat is mixed.
Right. Right.
And she
Yeah.
had no relationship with her father. She has severe daddy
Yeah.
issues,
Probably had
abandonment
a
issues,
lot of white friends.
a lot
You
of
know.
white friends
Yeah.
telling her, "Oh, you too big, you too fat." They used to tell her to say her titties was like, they used to make fun of her body. I didn't think nothing was wrong with her body.
Oh no, I don't think nothing wrong with it either. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. But you see, she went through a phase when she was real thick and then she got real skinny. And you already know
Mm.
what that means.
Yeah. Sure
Yeah.
do.
We gotta pay for the fallen ones because I love music. I do. I love Black artists. It's very sad that they go from one way to another way.
Yeah. And when you think about it, playing with those dark forces, how long is she gonna be around? Messing around like that, she might wind up mysteriously going away somehow.
Mm. I think what it is, I think it points back to the mental health. It all points back to the mental health
Mm-hmm.
because once you learn how to love yourself, and of course, I have daddy issues. I know I have daddy issues. You know what I'm saying? I want people to know that I have daddy issues. So if I have issues trusting you or listening to you, you should be like, okay, I need a little more patience with her because I have daddy issues. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with
Right.
men with mommy issues. We have to be a little more patient. We have to adapt and kind of figure out, okay, what's wrong with this nigga? Was he breastfed? You know what I'm saying? There's a difference.
Oh shit.
Breastfed and Similac. They need to do a documentary about that.
That
Because
do
I
make sense.
breastfed my kids,
That
and
makes
my
sense.
kids, they love and kiss me and show me love. And I got my daughter, her son, she gave that little nigga Enfamil, Similac, and that nigga is completely yonkers.
Oh shit.
That motherfucker needs some help. Okay, he got his
Okay.
daddy and his mom in his life. He's still,
Oh
yeah.
wow.
So it could
That's
be
interesting
intake.
though. That
It
that's
could be
interesting right
intake.
there.
It could be in your environment. It could be intake. It could be your mother. It could be your father. You never know. Doja Mama probably was talking bad about her dad. And,
Mm.
Doja had to look in the mirror. She had to look at herself as a Black woman because you're not a white woman.
Right.
You're light, but you're not Black. I mean, you're not
Right.
white.
Right.
So I mean, I don't know the what mixed people go through, but look at Obama. Mixed kids is destroying this country.
I mean, that's bound to happen in America. They
Yeah,
call them.
because
They
they
call
don't know.
America. America is the melting pot.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of stuff happen that I'm like, oh, they was mixed. Ooh.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
But the thing about it is, when it comes to mixed kids,
But
and
we're
when you
mixed.
see
We're
them,
mixed. We're
huh?
mixed because slavery.
Oh yeah, me. I got all kinds in me. I got French. I got Indian. It's all. I'm mixed up all kind of ways. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
me too. I'm supposed to be in
Yeah.
Africa right now.
Yeah. Me too. Shit.
Like, I ain't supposed to be
Yeah.
cold,
Exactly.
vitamin
That
D
part.
deficient.
Yep.
See?
Supposed to be walking around with some leaves around me and shit.
Okay. Gold tooth and gold stools. Okay.
Me and my spear going to hunt.
You're right. With your big titty wife and your big booty wife. Cause I ain't never seen a flat booty African bitch. Like,
Okay.
I
For
ain't
real
never
though.
did. All of them
For
got
real
cake.
though. For real
They
though.
got ashy feet, but they got cake.
Uh, All of them. All of them. Yeah.
So we know what it is.
Yeah, we do.
It's all about us healing, because we all, if we Black, we completely inherit trauma. We are traumatized.
Right.
We are traumatized.
It's in our DNA.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
This was a very dope conversation. Hope to have you on some more. Let them know where they can check you out at, and
So I'm on IG, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Bigo. I'm on Bigo right now. Shout out to Bigo. I'm on Twitch. I'm working on content. That's my thing. Content. So that's my thing. I'm working on content. But you can follow me on every social media site. As Comedian Miss Lips, COMEDIAN MSLIPPS. If you just put Miss Lips and everything, you'll see me. You'll see like beautiful visions of me. You might see some breasts, like you might see some poking out. I'm the poke out queen.
Okay.
My content is not for kids, but I'm working on it. And I'm working on, like I said, I'm working on series, and I'm working on my comedy special and things like that. I'm just ready. So I'm a work in progress. Let's say that. And I'm an artist too.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely gonna put your information when I make the clips. I'm gonna put them in the video and stuff so people can get in contact with you. And Corny, tell them where they can follow you at too, bro.
What's that?
I said, tell everybody where they can follow you at.
Oh, me? Yeah, you can find me over there at OG Corn Dog Reacts on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'm basically doing the same thing, trying to run the game up. Just started 2 months ago. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got that many subscribers right now, but I'm building. I'm building my category of things to come on my reaction channel. I'm gonna change over to the hip hop news. So you can find me on a weekly posting up something. Got some shorts. I got shorts. I got the videos. There's more to come. I'm gonna stay tapped into the breaking news. You know what I mean? Anything that's happened. If it happened the day before, I'm reporting on the next day. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Hit me up at OG Corn Dog Reacts. That's what it is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
when
sir.
I see your face, I just want to crip walk, like for some reason. I just want to braid my little chin hairs and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel you. I feel you.
I don't know what it is. It's just want to start crip walking.
I get that. I get that. I get it.
Yeah, it's definitely a compliment. So,
yeah, I appreciate that. That.
Much love.
Right.
Yeah. Well, shit. Hey, for all y'all, we go live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 8 o'clock. Make sure y'all tap in with us. And salute to Miss Lips. Salute to the homie Dot. Salute to Micah for pulling up. And everybody that's in the chat, man. So, hey, we're going to be out and see y'all on the next one. Peace.
Yo, you now rocking with classic music. Now what I want you to do is hit that like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Yeah, let's get it.